Why do some agile projects end up feeling as slow and bureaucratic as Waterfall ones? Well, that's because people don't understand the concepts and workflows behind tools.
Paperless Movement, your productivity, your way.
People hear agile projects, let's do agile projects, but they've been working on waterfall projects for decades. At least that was my experience in big corporate. Everybody was running waterfall projects, big ones, over years. They never met a deadline. That was just the case because it's impossible to estimate a proper deadline when a project is finished, for example, especially these complex projects that we had working cross-department wise globally and things like that. You get a gut feeling there, but you will never hit a specific due date. And agile, this is where people say then, well, we will just move forward. And that's a good approach on paper, where you say we will just keep moving from one goal to another, and then we readjust what we want to build there. In the company I was working in, or at least in the industry I was working in, we've been building packaging lines for medicines. So this is a pretty straightforward project, if you like, that you can write down, and it has a start and end. You have to build this filling line. It needs to have these components. You have to buy these machines, you have these engineering teams to build all this. And now we changed to agile in this company as well. And we had a scrum master, we had no teams anymore, it was squads and all this. And it was all coming from Spotify. And the thing is, Spotify is a software company. And if you have agile project, it makes the sense that you reevaluate after each sprint that you do there. Are you still working towards this? Did new ideas came up? Maybe we readjust the goals and build something out, or focus on other features in the software and things like that. And trying to apply this to a project like I described, where you have a strict start and goal that you have to accomplish, well, then you do your sprints, but in the end of the day, you have to complete the project in 3 years at some point, and you have this budget. It doesn't change the framework that you have around the project.
I think that people fell into the trap of using this type of methodologies that work perfectly theoretically. And the point is that you need to implement something that makes sense for you. I think that the moment that people don't understand what they are doing and why they are doing something, it doesn't matter the methodology or the technique that you are using, that it's never going to work. And I think that systems should be based in common sense. I mean, you need to run them without looking for SOPs or procedures or working at all inside the same team. People need to understand why they are doing what they are doing and how to do whatever it comes to mind, because if not, then that's the misalignment between the theory behind something and the reality. And on top of everything, every person in the team understands something differently, is the moment that it's impossible to make things work. The moment that you are into the reality of your day-to-day work, time is removed completely of the equation, and you need to have crystal clear your main goals that should be just 2, 3, 4, 5, at least not 14, because it's impossible. The shallow work, the unexpected events, the new opportunities that emerge, everything will attack you without any mercy at all. We know that time is what it is, and I think that system should bring reality, the reality of nowadays, to the day-to-day life. That's the most important thing, knowing that you're trusting on a system that is giving you the control, a system that you make a pause, you make a step back, you analyze, you define the main goals, you create the main structure, the backbone of your quarter, and based on that, you start creating and aligning each daily task within those goals. And I think that the moment that you bet in that type of approach is the moment that a system really works. But the moment that you start trying to copy and paste methodology that are so huge that they can be used to launch a rocket to Mars or to manage an entrepreneur that is delivering, I don't know, blog posts, doesn't make any sense. At the end, we need to force the thing to understand the system that we are implementing, because that's the only way that you can have control over your system. And the moment that you're going to feel safe and sound by trusting on your system, because at the end, the moment that a system is correctly implemented, you just let it go, you run your system, and you forget about everything. You just create this point of thinking, if it's a team, in common, to define, to everyone give their opinion, And then once that there's an agreement about the main things and we are conscious that that's doable, because we cannot believe in miracles and things that cannot be done.
And that's it, as you said it, Paco. And by giving a clear understanding and definition of the things that everybody's working on based on common sense, this is where everything runs smoothly. No need for complex SOPs because everything is falling into place naturally. And that's what we help with the ICOR methodology to establish that. So how do you feel after seeing all this? Do you think your productivity system is at this level? Take our free 3-minute quiz to find out. Whether you struggle with note-taking, PKM, task or project management, or even workflow automation, we've got you covered. Depending on your results, you'll get a tailor-made free email course starting right after you finish the quiz that will instantly level up your productivity system with laser-focused, actionable advice. Click the link in the description below and unlock your full potential. And we are personally here to help you succeed. So let's ICOR together.